Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Antimatter Bandits, and it's just myself and my lovely co-host Marty. How are you doing?
A bit depressed considering what we're going to be commenting on here. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we should warn. I think you're going to get quite angry at some point here.
There's a slight chance I might be. I don't know.
Yeah. So just the usual opinions in this commentary are our own and not those of the copyright holders. And with that, if everyone's got their copy of Star Trek Voyager, the second episode of the first season, and it's Parallax. So everyone, if you've got your media ready, and just hit the play button now, and you should be seeing the good old ship warping through space. I'm not going to ask you for your first impressions of this because it was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw this one recently.
Yeah, and the main thing to note is how awful this is and how early
it is.
Yeah.
And it's awful in many different ways. I mean, yes. It is, but I guess it is the introduction to Voyager bullshit science.
Yeah. And there's lots of other things. Voyager cliches.
Yeah.
And how Voyager loves to have plot points that go absolutely nowhere. And like lots of other and annoying character traits.
Yeah.
And first one here is we're being told Lieutenant Torres has an anger issue. And we're only saved by Picard's performance again.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, why press formal charges on a woman that's assaulted someone else in the crew? But yeah, there's much, much worse to come than this.
Yeah.
This is actually fairly tame to what's coming on. I can't remember, is the Starfleet guy, he's actually a trained engineer, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
So they go for the academy dropout with anger issues.
Yeah.
This is just Janeway's amazing decision-making again. Yeah. And as we said before, these characters just don't change over time in any way. They don't grow or show any sign of development. They just stay the same. And notice how Chakotay's completely succumbed to Starfleet already within an episode.
Yeah. They've completely dropped the whole Maquis thing.
I mean, it's...
In the first episode after the pilot. It's just such a waste.
Alright. They are referencing their Maquis here.
Yeah.
But again, the way they act, they're just Starfleet guys that just say, we're Maquis now and again.
Yeah, and Chakotay, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to order them to basically shut up.
Yeah. Yep, Janeway's got his balls already.
Yeah.
You see, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and B'Elanna, what a three-dimensional character she turns out to be. Yeah, and even with that, Chakotay still thinks, she'll be a good senior officer. It's just how over the top they do this character trait of her being angry. So she could have killed him.
What? That's not actually possible, but whatever.
Yeah. But that shows you how serious the assault was.
Yeah.
That she fractured his bloody skull. Oh, come on. Yes, start yelling again. Yeah, bond with a guy whose skull you just fractured. Why are you going to make her chief engineer? Yeah, and we find out how good an engineer she is later on in the series. Like when
I haven't really seen her do much in the way of engineering at all. She just gets pissed at everything.
Yeah, pissed and then hit it. And, you know, when those gel packs function, she goes to the doctor to help. No anyone else. She doesn't kind of try to fault find them in any way. Oh, just go to the doctor. Yeah, it's just... And I think while the credits are going, we're going to answer a criticism from our last Voyager commentary, where someone said, well, Voyager had its flaws, but it was about exploration, and that's what Star Trek is. And I say, well, it was, and it's not just slight flaws. Voyager has massive, massive, glaring flaws, and they can't cover it up. You can't just look them over just because it's more in the spirit of Star Trek.
Yeah, well, you can't just say that because it's about exploration, it becomes a better series.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if that's what you want to see, fine, but then you're judging it strictly based on what you want to see. You're not judging it as, you know, is it good or bad?
Yeah.
The writing sucks. The acting is, well, sometimes downright terrible. Sometimes it's okay, but it's never great. Except, well, okay, Picardo.
Yeah.
Always does a good job, but
yeah,
other than that...
And some of the actors shine now and again, but characters never develop. Like we said, there's cliches aplenty, and the continuity is shocking. There isn't any.
Exactly.
Like, and we're even going to start setting up continuity stuff from the get-go in the second episode. Things that just don't add up, and it's just very clumsy storytelling. And not to mention the horrific technobabble.
Yeah. All problems are solved using technobabble.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. And some of... Now remember this. There's a power crisis. And this plays out in the early episodes here. Here's one. Listen to this. The holodeck isn't compatible with the rest of the ship.
So how is it working in the first place?
And who designed a ship like this?
Yeah.
Now, but also bear in mind they say they have to ration the replicators to conserve power. But we regularly see them in the holodeck drinking holodeck wine, which does have an effect, so there's some nutrients in it. And of course Neelix just has to barge in. Because, well, he's a shithead.
Yeah.
Everything's his business. Yeah, it's a senior officer, and yeah, he just has to. He doesn't bother with any of that shit.
Isn't there a senior Bolian on the ship as well? Should he be there too?
Mm-hmm. But no, the only reason they said that about the holodeck was so later they could justify doing holodeck stories.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't add up in any way. Yeah, remember she says it's a hydroponic spray. That comes in quite important later. But yeah, there's a food shortage, and I still can't get the holodeck isn't compatible with the ship. How does that even make sense? And I love Tom Paris's face here. You can see what he's thinking. He's thinking what the audience is thinking. Oh, and here's some more of Captain Jane was fantastic. Her fantastic decision making here. Yeah, the violent psychopath.
You're high.
Yep. This is Janeway. Oh, here's another great one. A chief medical officer, so Who does she choose? Think about it. Who would you choose? Someone with maybe field medic experience? You know, something like that? Someone with some kind of medic experience in some capacity? No, here's your decision. Yes. 2 semesters of biochemistry and Tom Paris is your man.
So, biochemistry qualifies you as a medic. Yeah. I don't think Janeway knows what biochemistry is.
But that's in keeping with her character.
Yeah.
And here it comes. The bad science is just kicking off now.
Yeah.
So I think I'll let you. The gravimetric flux density. Yep. Mm-hmm. And this.
Yeah.
So there's so much more to get into coming up.
Within the singularity doesn't make any sense. The singularity is a point.
Yeah. And also this just sets up one of the really cliche Voyager storylines, the anomaly of the week.
Yeah.
That they keep flying into anomalies. Yeah, Neelix, the expert of this area, and straight away you're stumped.
Trapped inside the event horizon. Then how can you see it?
So why does that make no sense that something's trapped in an event horizon?
Well, if it were trapped inside, trapped in an event horizon doesn't even mean anything. But trapped inside the event horizon means that it's beyond the point where nothing can get back out.
Yeah.
Which means there's no way they could see it.
And there was Neelix's bullshit explanation, which we thankfully spoke over there.
Yeah, he said something about the event horizon being an energy field or something like that, and that is complete bullshit. It's simply the distance from the singularity where gravity is so strong that light can't get out. That's the simplified explanation of it anyway. I could get more... I could get into it more and say that it has to do with the curvature of space, but... let's not go there.
Technomap. A subspace tractor beam. Oh.
Yeah, because whenever you need something to do something impossible, just say that it has something to do with subspace or quantum.
And remodulating.
Yeah.
Rerouting or fix everything.
Yeah.
Because this later on, I can't remember what episode it was. It was the one with the Q where the female Q gives them instructions on how to remodulate the shields to be 10 times more efficient, and they never use it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil, what was that? Yep, and here we go. Janeway the Tyrant in full action. Yes, you made a decision, Chakotay. How dare you? Yeah, they've established this guy's the senior.
Yes, you guys will never have seniority because you guys are not trained officers. Well, maybe Chakotay is, but none of the others are, so they shouldn't have anything to say.
Yes. Yeah. Which Janeway will never ever bother to listen to. And also we see again this Janeway Shortman syndrome at work here.
Yeah, she has to stand on that platform. Yeah.
Alex, again, we don't know if that was Kate Mulgrew or was that done in editing or what. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the writers decided on that.
Probably.
because they've got to absolutely make sure that, oh, it's a woman as a captain, she has to be strong and all that. Yeah. Or see, and they're trying to set this up as Janeway's worried they won't obey, but it's just more Janeway's worried they won't completely grovel to her. That's how it comes across.
Yeah.
That's how she always comes across.
Yeah.
An ad break with no tension. Oh, thank goodness for the doctor. Yeah, she. And what do you think she would want? Yes, some soil for a hydroponics bay. Do the writers even fucking try in this show? And why does he have soil samples anyway?
And here's the thing that pisses me off about the thing about Voyager's bullshit science that pisses me off is that they could have so easily just invented a new terminology. Don't call it hydroponic. They just call it a, technobabble garden.
Yeah.
Now we have explained why we need dirt. Okay? A hydroponics bay would not use dirt. That's the whole point.
And also, they need a reason why the doctor would have dirt on hand.
Yeah,
and it's just sitting there on the shelf. Which is very sick, because you never actually see any medicine on hand in the sick bay.
That's true.
It's just hyposprays and neck thingies. Those little kind of flashing LEDs that he sticks on everyone's neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And again, I guess she could have been an interesting character, but again, wasted.
Yeah.
She just never really did much.
Yeah, they wanted Neelix to be the breakout character.
Oh, they got that wrong.
And the Doctor, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just ignore it. It's the only medical expert you got, Harry, and you just don't seem... It's the other thing, just don't seem bothered about the only medical expert. They could lose him.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that was a pointless scene. Oh. Yep, they're going to tractor beam a ship that's in an event horizon out.
Except it's evidently outside it, but whatever.
Yeah. And the beam is actually penetrating the event horizon somehow.
Well, that wouldn't be a problem. The problem would be using it to get anything out.
Yeah.
And then there's Newton's third law being completely raped here because they would pull themselves in rather than pull the other thing out.
Yeah. Because as you said, you couldn't actually pull anything out of the event horizon.
Okay, I could grant you that if they went to warp, then my knowledge of physics would go out the window, but they're not going to warp, so...
And
sorry.
And they do try to be serious with their science at times.
When?
You can see that's the attempt they're trying to do in Star Trek.
Yeah, but it's basically like they said, we need something that sounds science-y, but you know what? It doesn't matter if we get it wrong, because it's not like any, nerds will watch Star Trek or anything. Oh, wait.
Yeah. And now you know there's...
You have to remember that the target audience for this series includes people who actually know what the words mean.
Yep.
And they got it very close to right in the original series and in the Next Generation and DS9 as well. And there were attempts to sort of, okay, yeah, we know this was silly, but, you know, wink and smile. Almost a little inside joke.
Just to comment on the
Heisenberg compensator, which is just hilarious. Yeah, what? Yeah.
It's just that last scene there, she's actually going with Neelix's plan, so you know they're screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there again, see how low Taurus is compared to Janeway? Yeah. And how B'Elanna gets the job is just hilarious later.
Yeah, okay, maybe she knows her way around the engine room of some garbage scow that they stole for the Maquis. But, you know, brand new, you know, military vessel.
Yeah.
That's a completely different thing.
And I think they established the Maquis vessels are like 30 years old or something.
They're the crap they could get their hands on. Ugh.
So, like, you know, the correct decision would have her be second to Carey. The guy who actually studied and got through the academy.
Actually, I think it's more like the correct decision would be to have her cleaning engineering.
Yeah. Or at least training and studying.
Yeah.
Yep, and you still want to have this person on your crew, Janeway.
Yeah. So, in other words, here's the...
Yeah, it wasn't me, it was them. It was so unfair. Oh.
Yeah, so she doesn't even want the job.
Yeah, this is them trying to inject a little comedy here. Which only works just because of Picardo.
Yeah. Yes, shrinking. It means getting smaller.
Not white. Mm-hmm. Yeah, quantum singularity gives you a headache. I don't know.
Okay, the only thing they need to know about this is there's a lot of gravity. Okay? Gravity doesn't give you a headache.
Yep, another anomaly. And here we go. Yep. Dun dun dun. What a shock. Well, one thing I will credit Voyager for, unlike on TNG when they made log entries at bizarre times.
Yeah.
They don't seem to do that. Because with TNG, like after the breaks, there's always a log entry saying, when did they actually make that log entry? Why did they bother making it? It's only kind of one plus point I can see here. What is Harry's job exactly?
To stand there and look dumb.
And get humiliated by everyone else. Oh, there's so much more to come from Harry Kim, though. It's just... And I think the actor himself, Garrett Wong, he actually spoke out about how pathetic they made the character and how they never gave him anything. Because that was the one notable thing with Voyager. It was the first time actual cast members were speaking out against how crap it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this is that they're almost getting one thing right about black holes, and that is that if you were inside a black hole and you turned around 180 degrees, the singularity would still be in front of you because of the curvature of space. But the thing is, you would never be able to go away from it like they're doing. They would just turn the ship around and they would still be looking at it.
And Janeway's going to analyse this, because apparently she's an expert in quantum physics. Which is another thing about the way they throw in these kind of random areas of expertise for people as the script demands it. None worse than Tom Paris, who seems to be an expert on anything that exists. But Janeway never selects him for any missions or any high-ranking any activities. She continually ignores them for the people who don't have a clue.
Yeah.
I thought she was confined to quarters. I must have missed.
I don't know. Good behavior?
Yeah. It's a great bit of acting coming up, has to be said.
Oh, yeah.
This is like when you did those drama classes in school and the drama teacher would say, right, act as if you're in pain now. Yes. Just look at... Okay. Oh, God. Again, it's hard to tell if that's the actors doing that, or was the writing or the direction they got. Yeah. They're still not bothered that they could be that there's serious problems with the one medical expert they have. And look, they just turn around after him saying that. Is this Janeway commentating on the script here? Nothing makes sense. Oh yeah, a tachyon.
Yeah, those things can do anything.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it's just what. And now they're going to try and out-technobabble each other.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre, this. But there's a worse one later on where they go in a technobabble frenzy with each other. Yes. Just let Chakotay think he's got some tiny bit of autonomy, Janeway. We all know it's a lie. Yep, there we go. We're rewriting.
Yeah.
Is it? Come on. And notice how long it takes for Janeway to realise what's going on here.
Yeah.
When it's fairly obvious whose voice that is coming through the communicator. Only now does she figure it. There we go. Yes, no shit, Chakotay, it's a year here. Oh, God. Yeah.
Yay.
My God, they're geniuses, this crew. Mm-hmm. What is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, why didn't you just tell her? Magic meeting room. I'll let you comment on this. Come on, you've got to say something about this. Yeah, I'll just.
This is the problem here.
Yeah.
Listen to Janeway's explanation here. Yeah,
Take it away, Mart.
I don't know where to start. I mean, this is...
Come on, you can do it. Anyway, I'll just comment on this.
The analogy here is just so... They're treating the event horizon like it's a physical object.
Okay, and the big problem.
It's just a distance from the singularity.
And that weird...
A rupture in an event horizon, that doesn't mean anything.
That's just...
Look, this is the problem here. I get it. It's not supposed to be science, it's science fiction. Fine, but then make up a phenomenon. Don't use a phenomenon that some people might actually know something about.
Yeah.
Because this is just...
there it goes.
No, it's not a rupture in something that can be ruptured. It's how can a distance be ruptured? SF Debris did a great explanation of this. Like, your car, fully fueled, can drive a certain distance and then it runs out of gas.
Yeah.
Okay, so just cut a hole in that barrier,
and you can get
that and keep driving. It's not a physical boundary that will stop you. It's the fact that you're running out of gas. And here it's in the case of a black hole, it's the curvature of space. You just can't get any further out. Once you get inside the event horizon, you're stuck. That's all it means.
And just look at how Janeway's speaking to Paris here.
Yeah. And this is basically I think it's the authors realizing that, you know what, none of this makes any sense. So
yeah. But no,
just throw in some bullshit about temporal mechanics.
No, but the whole thing, what she said to Tom was, getting there is easy enough, and we need a crack pilot, but we need someone like me to get back, so why not just bring Tom along with you then? Because then we can't do so-called character development of Taurus here. Yeah. It's just like the writers realize, we've got to resolve the Taurus, let's just have her go along.
And now they have some other beam and remodulating something, and this is how they always solve problems, with technobabble. There's no tension in anything that is resolved by just spouting science-y sounding dialogue. Yeah. You actually have to have a conflict that you can get emotionally invested in.
Yeah. And again, the kind of character moment here, it's just forced.
Yeah.
It's like, Janeway might know temporal mechanics, but again, why didn't you just take Tom along to do the piloting? There's more than one station of these shuttles. I never understood this.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were violent as well. And he treated you like shit. We're supposed to believe, that's just because he thought so much of you. Yeah, professors do like some people who, challenge them.
Yeah, they don't like it when you get violent.
When you're a violent person with, severe anger issues. I mean, you're a teacher, you'll probably like a student who'll quiz you and that, but not someone who's a borderline psychopath screaming at you.
No, exactly. There's a huge difference there.
Oh, God. She seems too gleeful about destroying things, and then again, it is Janeway. Again, notice how the severe hatred that Tom and Chakotay had in the last episode completely vanished now. And again, the comm system being down, it's only for one reason, for this attempt at some tension at the end.
Yeah, which fails miserably.
Can't they tractor beam them back? Even if they don't have the comm system, they could use that tractor beam they had earlier. Doesn't seem to be any reason why not. Okay. So you're getting identical readings from both of them.
But if one is just a reflection, then
it'll disappear.
Yeah.
And why? The whole debate they have over how to figure it out. Why do they have to wait for the shuttle to dock? Can't they just both fly away? I mean, if they just flew away from the rupture, and surely the right Voyager would follow them. They would probably say they fly over there.
So one ship has its thrusters on standby. Didn't you just say that you got identical readings from both of them?
Yeah. Neither of them's reasoning makes any sense.
Oh. Then we'll try the other one.
Again, why don't you just fly away from it? You don't have to land on the ship right away. And Janeway's right just because. That's it. It's just to make Janeway... Again, they just try so hard to make it look like Janeway's right about him. And again, there's just no tension here. There's no suspense. Oh, and look, they bonded. Also, couldn't they only said the comms were down, so it could have transported back.
True.
Or the Voyager team could have tried, raising them. Well, we can't get them. Let's try and transport them on, or something like that, if time was critical. No, but it just has to show that they have to bond, and that Janeway has to be right. Yeah, that's your attitude to everything.
Yeah, but not only that. Apparently, this rupture thing is. I mean, you can actually punch your way through it. I mean, physical force is going to do the trick. It's not even technobabble anymore. Now they're just saying, well, just punch your way through it.
Just hammer through it.
Oh.
But it's Janeway, though, so it does fit in with it.
At least make up a phenomenon if you're gonna let something like that work.
Clear the event horizon.
Without going to warp, yeah.
Why? Why can't you just start repairs now? You're flying away from it. And here's the other thing that you always notice is this ship gets knocked about, damaged, and then every week it's in pristine condition.
Yeah.
At the start of it. And that could have added to the show that they're continually having to patch it up and, integrate completely alien systems. And, over the years you'd see the ship change completely, but no, that would be that vile C word that Voyager writers hate so much. Yeah, there you go. And she's been made chief engineer for that. And there you go. And not only is their character conflict resolved, you never see this guy again.
I think he's in a few more episodes, but yeah.
Does he die?
Barely. I don't know.
Is he a gold shirt death? And she's already earned his respect. Yeah, there we go. And that's it. That's everything set up. No need for any pesky continuity stuff now.
No.
And here's taking Janeway on a pedestal to an extreme. She's standing over all of engineering. Yep, she's going to be in a tough period of adjustment, which is never spoken about ever again.
Yeah. Hang on. What?
Right, I'll just leave Marty there.
Yeah, no. That's okay.
You're back. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still completely ignored the one medical expert.
Yeah.
And again, it's only Picardo that manages to make this actually amusing. I think he kind of reflects how the audience feels at this point.
Yeah.
But that was awful. That is dire.
Yeah. There was just no excitement in this episode because everything is resolved using technobabble. And it's only made worse if you happen to actually know anything about the subject.
And the script is clunky. There's no flow to it. It's just scenes for the sake of having this scene.
Yeah.
Like I pointed out there, the shuttlecraft scene, like Tom Paris really should have been there, but they just had to have those two just so they can get their so-called character development bit done.
Yeah.
And there's a tiny bit of Maquis conflict, and that's eventually just going to get washed out.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else I can say. Like that, it's just it's so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a testament to Voyager that there's much worse to come. Well, I don't know. This is pretty low. There is, but there are some real howlers coming up.
Yeah, there's Threshold.
I mean, there's things like
Cathexis.
The ship being taken down by cheese and things like that. And again, it establishes that it's crewed by absolute morons, this ship.
Yeah.
With a psychopath as a captain.
Exactly.
So, I don't know, will you give that your rating, please?
1.
Yeah, 1, just because it's slightly better than Threshold, I think.
It's down there, but it's absolutely horrible.
But I'll say this is just an afterthought to this. The one thing, like with Deep Space Nine or TNG, when there was a bad episode, it felt wrong compared to the rest of the series.
Right.
Voyager bad doesn't feel out of place.
No.
That's the kind of amazing thing.
No, I think it's when Voyager does a decent episode. That's what feels out of place.
Yeah, but you take, say, Prophet and Lace, and that's really awful, and it feels so out of place within Deep Space Nine and all the themes they'd set up. And you can always say, oh, well, they were just trying to do something a little different. You can credit the writers a little bit with that, and it just failed spectacularly. But Voyager bad episode, it's just because they're so lazy, the writers.
Yeah.
There's so little thought and imagination put into it.
Right,
Bad episodes, but really howling episodes, they don't feel out of place in the overall scheme of it.
No, but it's like I said when we did Caretaker, that I think Voyager should never have been made because they were out of ideas in late TNG. Mm-hmm. And they just kept going, okay, we have nothing to write about, but we're just going to keep doing this anyway because, nerds are still watching.
Well, that's kind of what worked to Deep Space Nine's benefit it was a completely fresh team of writers.
Right.
And then when Deep Space Nine was ending, TNG had ended, so they just got the TNG crew to start up Voyager.
Yeah.
And so, none of the talent from DS9 came over, and, it just shows it's just tired and uninspired and insipid. Sorry.
Right.
I mean, I know we've had a Voyager fan comment on this, but you can't excuse it's not tiny flaws. This show's got major glaring flaws in it.
Absolutely.
And, the kind of whole crew lost. The writer from DS9, he was the one that went on to reimagine Battlestar Galactica. And so you kind of get a hint of what could have happened if he'd been brought on to Voyager.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, like I said, that's the word insipid. I think it's just, and bland as well. I don't think I can sum up Voyager.
No.
But it's fun for us because it's so bad it gives us lots to talk about.
Yeah,
but I'd say I'd give that a 1 as well, just for the fact we know that there's so much worse out there.
Yeah, there are a couple of episodes that are definitely worse than this one.
Yeah. And also with that one there wasn't too much Neelix in it. I mean, he's still there, but there's
Yeah.
not a lot of him, so we can give it that little bit of credit as well. All right, I think we'll wrap that one up. Thanks for listening. I don't know, well, you'll enjoy listening to this. We didn't enjoy watching it. I don't know what we have planned next. Are we going to do another episode after this, Marty? Are you in the mood, or has that just fouled you up?
Just give me a while.
Yep, I think we're all going to go and get a drink right now.
Yeah.
Or several.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll see you for the next one, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.